Hello, continuing with our previous lecture of Stephen Hawking, we were studying some biography of some experts, some excerpts from the life of Stephen Hawking. We had reached up till page number 117, where Hawking's disease of ALS is diagnosed. He has been admitted to hospital for 2 weeks. Various tests are conducted on him. He is tripping and falling down. There is slur in his speech. And now he is undergoing various tests in hospital. So we proceed further. In the words of Stephen Hawking, they took a muscle sample from my arm. This is the arm. From this they took out a muscle, stuck electrodes into me. Electrodes are positive electrodes, cathode and anode, which you have studied in your 10th standard. So some sort of electricity current is passed through the body to check something. So when electricity is passed through the body, you are attaching two electrodes to the body and injected some radio opaque fluid into my spine. Radio opaque, controlled by waves, controlled by some electrical signals, and opaque is something which you cannot see through. The opposite of opaque is transparent. So opaque is something see through. Very, very dark fluid, very, very dense fluid was injected into my spine, and watched it going up and down with X-rays as they tilted my bed. And after injecting that particular radio opaque fluid, they were tilting my bed. They were putting my bed down, they were putting my bed up, they were putting my bed down, they were putting my bed up. They were tilting that particular bed. So what they did, they took muscles from his arm, they stuck electrodes into him, some sort of radio opaque fluid was injected into his spine, and they were watching it go up and down in the X-ray machines as they tilted the bed. He once said, after going through all these tests, they didn't tell me what I had. Still the doctors could not come to any conclusion what he had, except that it was not multiple sclerosis. What is multiple sclerosis? Abnormal hardening of body tissue. Our body is soft. Our body is very, very soft. These tissues start to harden for some reasons, some scientific reasons, some medical reasons. So that was not it. That was not multiple sclerosis, and that I was an atypical case. I was a very unusual case. Maybe doctors also had seen such a type of symptom for the first time. Okay, so what do you get from this paragraph? That he was made to undergo many tests. Electrodes, some muscles were taken from his arm. Electrodes were attached to his body. Some sort of radio opaque fluid was injected into his spine, and were being observed the movement of that radio opaque substance through the X-ray machines. After doing all this also, the doctors could not understand what exactly he had. Only thing is that they understood that he did not have multiple sclerosis, and that this particular symptoms, this particular diagnosis, this particular disease was something different, was something unusual about it. Eventually, finally, after a certain delay, finally after some test, finally after long consideration, Eventually, however, doctors did detect a medical condition. Detecting a medical condition is called as diagnosis. They came to know that exactly what problems he had. So eventually, however, doctors did diagnose Hawking with the early stage of ALS. ALS, I already explained to you what is the meaning of it in my previous lecture. It was devastating news. It was very shocking news to me. It was very huge news to me. I was very young. I was 21. I was only starting my life right now. And then getting this news that I had ALS, where my neurons were not behaving normally, my neurons were dying, my movement of my muscles of my hand, my legs would slow down as years passed. So this was very devastating news to me. It was devastating news for him and his family, but a few events prevented him from becoming completely despondent. This was very huge news for him. This was very huge news for his family. But something future happened in his life. Something recently, future also in recent times. Matlab just near future, something happened which prevented him from becoming completely despondent. What is despondent? It is unhappy with no hope. Suppose you are told that you are not going to live long, so you live hope in life. You don't have any goals in life. You don't try to do anything positive. You just sit in one corner, something of that sort. So this did not happen to Stephen Hawking. Why? The first of this came. The events that happened in near future, for which Hawkins did not become totally despondent. One of them is this. The first of this came while Hawking was still in the hospital. There he shared a room with a boy suffering from leukemia. Leukemia is some sort of blood cancer. Okay, leukemia is some sort of blood cancer. Here you have been given a long detail has been given that malignant. See, there are two types of tumor in your body. One is benign tumor, one is malignant tumor. Benign tumor is harmless and malignant tumor multiplies very fast. So that is very dangerous, malign tumor. So this malignant progressive disease in which the bone marrow and the other blood forming organs produce increased number of abnormal white blood cells. You will not be told to define leukemia, and you will not have to understand these whole sentences, but I am telling you this is one sort of blood cancer, that is leukemia. Relative compared to what his roommate was going through. Who was this roommate? Roommate was that little boy who was having leukemia. Relative to what his roommate was going through, Hawkins later reflected his situation seemed more tolerable. When he was looking at the boy, very small boy, he had leukemia, a blood cancer. So he thought that when he was comparing his life to the life of that little boy, he thought that his disease was much more tolerable, much more acceptable. Fine. Then, not long after he was released from hospital, Hawking had a dream that he was going to be executed. Now what happens? Hawking later reflected his situation seemed more tolerable. Now, not long after he was released from the hospital, Hawking had a dream that he was going to be executed. Now, after a few period of time, Hawking was released from the hospital. Okay, so after being released from the hospital, he had a dream that he was going to be executed. Executed here is meaning, two meanings, particular meaning of executed. One is that to do something, to complete some job, that is one executed, and the second executed is to kill somebody. To kill somebody, that is what is executed. Now both the meaning is not applicable here. What is here? That Hawking had a dream that he was going to be executed, means he was going to be put to several tests. Doctors will continue to work on him. He will have to go through medicines. He will have to go through very intolerable times, and then finally he is going to die. So that's what he dreamt, that his life now in future will become very hell. So he has to do something. What he has to do? He said that this dream made him realize that there were still things to do with his life. He will not just sit and ponder. He will not allow the doctors to dictate his life. He will not allow medicines to dictate his life. Okay? He will try to increase his willpower and try to do something positive and constructive in life. That is what is thought. That he will just not sit idly and wait for death, but he will fight out this particular shortcomings, this particular disease that he was suffering from, and try to do something positive. In a sense, Hawking's disease helped him become the noted scientist he is today. This is the disease that changed Hawkins. This is the disease that made Hawkins work more hard, and this is the disease because of which Hawkins became a noted scientist. So this article might have been written about say 3 years back or 5 years back. So they are not speaking in terms of any wars, okay, that he had died, something of that sort. I told you that he died in 1918, 2 years back. Okay, fine. 1918? 2018. He died in 2018. He died in 2018. Okay, just 2 years back. Before the diagnosis of this ALS, Hawking hadn't always focused to his studies. He was not serious in studies before he was diagnosed with this disease. Before my condition was diagnosed, I had been very bored with life. This is what Hawking is saying, that before the diagnosis, Hawking hadn't always focused on his studies. Before my condition was diagnosed, I had been very bored with life. He said, there had not seemed to be anything worth doing. There was no goal in life. He thought that there was nothing worth doing. Okay? He said, while the sudden realization that he might not even live long enough to earn his PhD, now doctors had previously told him that he had about 2.5 years to live. So he thought that now he did not have any more time to live, and this particular period, say 2.5 years or 3 years, he will not even complete his PhD. What is the meaning of that? Long enough to earn his PhD. Earn कमाना नहीं है, लिख के पास होना है. That is what is the meaning of that. So he might not even live long enough to earn his PhD, that he will not even pass his PhD, he will not even complete his PhD. Hawkins poured himself into his work and research. What Hawkins did? He increased the importance in studies. He took out some extra time, devoted more extra time to studies, poured into getting seriously into studies. Hawkins poured himself into his work and research, got increasingly importance, giving increasingly importance to his studies. As physical condition over his body diminished, physical condition over his body went down. He was becoming weak and weak. His hands and legs were ceasing to work, stopping to work, he'd be forced to use a wheelchair by 1969. By 1969, he was confined to a wheelchair. All work he had to do was by sitting in the wheelchair. The effects of his disease started to slow down. Initially, the effects were very, very fast. His hands and legs were becoming very, very weak. But after a certain period of time, the effect of the disease started to slow down. Over time, however, Hawking's ever expanding career was accompanied by ever worsening physical state. Okay? So what was happening? Over time, however, Hawking's ever expanding, his work was getting popular and popular. His work was getting popular and popular. Over time, however, Hawking's ever expanding career, his career was growing popular and popular, was accompanied by ever worsening physical state. His career was growing, but his physical state was coming down. He was getting huge name, he was getting huge fame, but his condition was getting worse to worst. His health was getting worse to worst. His name was going up, his health was going down. By the mid 1970s, the Hawkins family had taken in one of Hawkins' graduate students to help manage his care and work. By mid 1970, one of the students was appointed as a caretaker of Hawkins. A graduate student was appointed. Maybe Hawkins might be dictating something and he must be writing something. So a graduate student was appointed as his nurse. Okay. So by the mid 1970, the Hawkins family means his parents, had taken in one of Hawkins' graduate students to help manage his care and work. He could still feed himself. खाना खुद से खा सकता था. He could still feed himself and get out of bed, but virtually everything else required assistance. He could eat his food, he could get out from the bed, but in order to walk or sundry many things, he needed help. Maybe he needed help to write. Okay, fine. So he could still feed himself and get out of bed, but virtually everything else required assistance. In addition, his speech had become increasingly slurred, so that only those who knew him well could understand him. As his health was going down, his speech was getting more and more slurred. New people were not able to understand what he was saying. Only people who were close to him, maybe family members, maybe his graduate student, was able to understand what exactly he was saying. Whatever he was saying, it was all jumbled up, it was all slurred up. Maybe his tongue also was getting very weak, he was not able to speak. In 1985, he lost his voice for good. For good, permanently. He lost his voice permanently. In 1985, he lost his voice permanently. Lost his voice for good, following a tracheotomy. Tracheotomy, if somebody is not able to eat anything, food is being not injected, food is not going into the stomach, some sort of hole is made in the neck through the outside. So you eat food from here, you need nutrition to survive. So if your food is not going through here, some sort of hole is done here in the neck and then food is injected from here. That particular type of operation is called tracheotomy. That particular tracheotomy. An incision in the windpipe made to relieve an obstruction to breathing. Another hole is made, maybe the windpipe also got some blocked up. So in 1985, he lost his voice for good following a tracheotomy. The resulting situation required 24-hour nursing care for the acclaimed physicist. Now his voice had also gone. His limbs were getting weaker and weaker. So from this particular date, now 24 hours service was needed by some nursing care. Somebody was to be along his bed for 24 hours continuously. After completing this tracheotomy where he lost his voice, somebody was appointed for a 24-hour nursing purpose. 24-hour helper was appointed next to him, nursing care for this acclaimed physicist, popular physicist. It also put in peril Hawkins' ability to do his work. Okay. Now Hawking was trying to be a scientist. Hawking was trying to be a PhD, write a PhD. He was trying to invent, trying to discover something. Now all these invention discoveries were put in serious and immediate danger because of the disease of Hawkins. The predicament caught the attention of a California computer programmer who had developed a speaking program that could be directed by head or eye movement. Now here it is given predicament and here it is given guess the meaning of predicament. What is the meaning of predicament? Predicament is a difficult situation from which it is very hard to get out. Predicament is a difficult situation from which it is very hard to get out. Fine. So the predicament, this difficult situation from which Stephen Hawking was trying to get out, feeling very hard to get out from it, caught the attention of a California computer programmer. One California computer programmer saw this, that this was a renowned scientist, this was a popular scientist. He was trying to invent, discover, do good something for this world, but because of his shortcomings in his life, because of his ALS, because of his confined to his wheelchair, because of his losing of his voice, he is not able to do. So this California computer programmer, big California computer programmer, wanted to do something. What this California computer programmer did, they developed a speaking program that could be directed by head or eye movement. By just shaking your head or by just shaking your eyes, the computer could understand what this particular person was trying to say, and it was being shown on the screen. It was being shown on the screen just by the head movement or the eye movement. The invention allowed Hawking to select words on a computer screen that were then passed through a speech synthesizer. This helped Stephen Hawking a lot. He could able to select words. He could able to derive the sentences. He could able to compose the sentences, and then it was passed through a speech synthesizer. It was first passed into the computer, the sentences were framed, then passing through a speech synthesizer, these sentences were coming out as voice. Actually what Stephen Hawking wanted to say. At the time of its introduction, Hawking, who still had use of his fingers, selected his words with a handheld clicker. You have something machine, you punch it, automatically computer reads what you are punching. That is handheld clicker. You don't need keyboard. Nowadays you are having keyboard. In the olden days, you might have seen in old films in military also or something, they are punching there, tick, 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 they are doing. That is what is handheld clicker. That is almost similar to handheld clicker. So at the time of introduction, Hawking, who still had use of his fingers, selected his words with a handheld clicker. Today, with virtually all control of his body gone, today when this article has been written, when this essay has been written. Today, with virtually all control of his body gone, Hawking directs the program through a cheek muscle attached to a sensor. This is the cheek muscle. Something electrodes are attached to this particular cheek, and then wire is attached to a sensor. So whatever Hawking want to say, the cheek reads it, passes on through the electrode, passes through the sensor, and then maybe voice or the sentences come out from that. Okay. Today, with virtually all controls of his body gone, Hawking directs the program through a cheek muscle attached to a sensor. Through the program and the help of assistants, Stephen Hawking had continued to write at a prolific rate. Prolific, fast and productive rate. You write fast, but you don't write gibberish thing. You don't write something which people don't understand. But you are writing at a fast pace and you are writing a productive work. So it is fast as well as productive. So through the program and the help of assistants, Stephen Hawking had continued to write at a prolific rate. His work had included numerous scientific papers, of course, but also information for the non-scientific community. Though he was a scientist, he was writing something about science, but he was also writing something for non-science community, for some common people also, something morally right or something which people might be interested, something after reading it people might think positively. So he was writing such articles also. His work also included numerous scientific papers, of course, but also information for the non-scientific community. Hawking's health, of course, remains a constant concern. A worry that was heightened in 2009 when he failed to appear at a conference in Arizona because of a chest infection. He was a great scientist. So wherever in the world there used to be conference held, renowned scientists are called. So a conference was held in 2009 in Arizona. Arizona is somewhere in the part of the world where Hawking was not able to attend because of some chest infection. In April, Hawking, who had already announced he was retiring after 30 years from the post of Lucasian Professor of Mathematics at Cambridge, was rushed to hospital for being what university officials described as gravely ill. It was later announced that he was expected to make a full recovery. They are ending this particular chapter, particular biography with something that after 30 years, when he said that he was retiring from the post of Lucasian Professor of Mathematics at Cambridge. I will explain to you what is Lucasian Professor of Mathematics at Cambridge in just ending. But he was rushed to hospital. He suddenly fell very sick. So he was rushed to hospital for being what university official described as gravely ill. Very sick, gravely ill. बहुत ज़्यादा बीमार हो गया था. But then what happened? It was later announced from the hospital that he was making full recovery and he was going to get recovered very soon. Now what is this Lucasian Professor of Mathematics? See, in 16th century there was a scientist by the name of Henry Lucas. What happens, you see cricket, then many stadiums are named after cricketers. Sunil Gavaskar stand, Sachin Tendulkar stand, Kapil Dev stand, something is done there. Okay, so here one chair was there in Cambridge University, one chair was there. That chair was named after this particular Henry Lucas, the 16th century scientist, and whoever presided on that particular chair. It was honored to sit on that particular chair. So Stephen Hawking was provided with that chair, and those who are sitting on that particular chair are given the respect by calling as Lucasian chair, calling as Lucasian professor, that this professor has sat on the chair which was named after Henry Lucas. That is what is Lucasian Professor of Mathematics. So He announced his retirement after 30 years from this Lucasian chair of Lucasian professor of mathematics. He fell extremely ill. He was admitted to hospital, but from hospital the announcement came that he was making a fast recovery. This article has been written when he was alive, so nothing has been spoken, nothing has been given, nothing has been printed about his death. Okay, fine. So thank you very much. We complete this chapter here. Thanks.